Well, hello, and welcome to my tutoring. Happy Friday, if it's Friday with you. I am joining you from the middle of a very warm and humid Scotland. I'm sitting here with a cup of tea. Now, this is rose petal and lemon verbena, which was suggested on a kind of a live Q&A that we had in the studio club with the herbalist Becky O'Cole earlier in the week. And she suggested that adding rose petals to your cup of tea made it into like a warm, nurturing hug. And as I have roses all over the place at the moment, I thought I'll give that a try. And it just, it's, try it. Just try it because it's wonderful. Not if your roses have been sprayed. If you've got nice organically grown roses, give it a go. Today I am about to go off to Garter Stitch Farm, which is about 20 minutes from here, and it's run by my friends Kat and Kevin. And today they have a press day there, so I'm going to go along and refresh all of the flowers in their event barn, and try and work out how we can do like really reliable, good, easy flowers for that space without it taking a lot of time or money. So there's got to be a kind of formula, I suppose, an ever-changing formula of how we decorate the event barn. So I'm just about to go and walk around the garden and decide what kind of theme I'm going for, and then choose my arrangement, and then later on, after everything's conditioned, I'll go along to the barn and start laying them out. The barn has two very long planks of wood, which are beautifully wavy edged cut. There are slices of beech, and they're made into like a long banqueting table right the way along the barn, and they are held up on wooden cable drums. So my aim is to just have the flowers in bottles and pots on the drums, and then that means that it's probably about 20 or 30 bottles, probably about 50 to 80 stems, so quite doable to make that table look really good, really welcoming, without it getting to the point that you can't see anybody over it or you're having to work around all of the flowers. So come with me into the garden and we'll have a look at the options. This is the garden at the moment, and you can see it is quite full, and I've got a couple of options that I'm thinking about for the flowers. The first option is to do something very traditional with roses and maybe some sweet williams, sweet peas, but actually, as it's a farm to table dinner and as it's a press day, I think I'm going to do something different, and I think I'm going to use these rocket flowers. As you can see, they're just beautiful and delicate, and they're not something that people use that much in flower arrangements. I might pop in some of these beautiful mustard flowers as well, and some calendula. This is Playtime Mix, so there's lots of different colours, though I know that Lucy doesn't like orange and yellow, so maybe not. And possibly some of these little daisies, which originally came in an order for leggings one of my daughters got, which had some tags which had flower seeds in them. So they planted them in the borders here, and we've had them ever since. Just beautiful. And I think instead of the sweet peas, I'll pick some of these edible peas, maybe some with some pods on. Finally, I've got these on my list, some honeysuckle. which will pick up the yellow of the calendula and also have kind of like a slight purple wash, so it will sort of blend it in with the peas. My top tip is to separate all of your flowers out into different types. So I have the rocket, the honeysuckle, some giant oats, peas, wee daisies, some slightly scruffy mustard. I found some wood flowers, and then just a few, because they're orange, calendula, to give it a little bit of a spark. Now I'm going to put these in the car and head off to Gartar. This is the space that we have to work with. You see it's these beautiful, beautiful beech wavy edged planks going right the way down the middle of the room. And these are the sweet peas that have been in here since last week, but really they could do with being freshened up.
Somewhere between 2017 and 1967, we were out on the lawn with a necklace in our hands, looking at the beauty, the textures of love. I can tell you put some work into making that. Some rocks in a stream out near where we were camping, 3 or 4 skips out across the water, and now it's bouncing back. We got lost in the summer of love, but I'm not exactly sure when. Somewhere between 2017 and 1967, where the mountains meet the sand. Write down this line with your pen, 'cause I heard a rumor of San Francisco is where this is happening. And those summer tie-dye vibes, tapestry starts to come alive, hoping every highway never ends, making memories with all of your friends. We never promised all of the answers, but just to think with our hearts. We got lost in the summer of love, but I'm not exactly sure when. Somewhere between 2017 and 1967,